Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOC viewers argue that Alexis Bellino is the most hated housewife ever. The entire world hates her guts. Alexis Bellino is the name on everyone's tongue as season 18 of The Real Housewives of Orange County continues to play out. However, is she the most hated Bravo housewife of all time? Viewers argue that point on social media after a commenter reasoned that the entire world hates her guts. One thing's for sure, she's the most hated RHOC star, and that's saying a lot when her castmate is Tamra Judge. In the first half of the season, Tamra was giving Alexis a run for her money, and while the controversial Bravo star is still getting her share of backlash, the hate has amplified for Alexis. It could very well be that viewers had different expectations for her return to the show. However, while the heat is definitely on her this season, not everyone thinks she's getting it worse than other Bravo housewives. According to viewers, Teddi Mellencamp, Camille Grammer, Anna Mary Wiley, Diana Jenkins, and even Erica Jane had it much worse for a short stint. X user says the entire world hates Alexis Bellino. The RHOC star was a topic of conversation on X after a user made an interesting point. I have never witnessed a Real Housewives cast member receive more hate than Alexis. It's 100% deserved, but then it must be hell for her. Literally, the entire world hates her guts. #RHOC. Alexis Bellino has already responded to the hate she's received from viewers and is not surprised. In a recent interview, the 47-year-old admitted that she understands why viewers dislike her after watching the episodes. However, she reasoned that editing has much to do with her portrayal on the show, adding that many pieces of the puzzle have been cut out to make her look bad. RHOC viewers argue whether Alexis is the most hated Bravo housewife. RHOC viewers responded to the X user's comment with varying opinions. Camille, Beverly Hills, Season 1 it was worse for her, claimed an X user. Erica Jane got it worse a couple of seasons ago, noted someone else. I think Teddi got it bad too, another added. A commenter noted, I don't know. We really didn't like Anna Mary. At least Alexis has done this before so she knows it may shift. Someone stated, Diana Jenkins, Anne Marie, and Alexis Bellino are the top 3. Could add Jenny from SLC after her FB post resurfaced. Another added, I don't know Tamara Imo is the winner of being the most hated and Alexis is second. Is Alexis the most hated Bravo housewife of all time? If not, tell us who you think should get the title. The Real Housewives franchise has been a staple of reality TV drama for over a decade, with each city offering its own blend of opulence, feuds, and larger-than-life personalities. However, few housewives have left as polarizing an impression as Alexis Bellino from The Real Housewives of Orange County, RHOC. Since her debut on the series, Alexis has been a lightning rod for controversy, with a significant portion of the show's viewers labeling her as one of the most disliked housewives in the franchise's history. But what is it about Alexis that has earned her this ignominious title, and is she really the most hated housewife ever? The beginning of the Alexis era. Alexis Bellino joined the cast of RHOC in Season 5 and remained a central figure until her departure after Season 8. From the outset, Alexis' storyline centered on her marriage to Jim Bellino, her commitment to faith, and her devotion to her family. On paper, this might sound like a typical housewife narrative, balancing family life with personal ambition, but Alexis' presentation of these themes often came across as hypocritical or insincere to many viewers. Whether it was her zealous flaunting of material wealth or her often condescending tone towards her fellow housewives, Alexis quickly garnered a reputation for being tone-deaf and oblivious to the world around her. One of the defining characteristics of Alexis' time on RHOC was her intense religious devotion, which became a major point of friction with her castmates and viewers. Dubbed Jesus Jug by fellow housewife Tamra Judge, Alexis' outward display of piety was often seen as performative rather than genuine. Her tendency to invoke her Christian values while simultaneously engaging in the same petty drama and backstabbing behavior as the other women led to accusations of hypocrisy. On multiple occasions, Alexis would defend her actions or viewpoints by claiming moral superiority, often quoting scripture or discussing her role as a devout Christian wife and mother. However, these moments of moral grandstanding would frequently be followed by her participation in some of the very behaviors she condemned. This juxtaposition between preaching humility and living a life of excess, coupled with her often sanctimonious attitude, rubbed viewers the wrong way. The Material Girl. RHOC has always been known for showcasing the wealth and luxury of Orange County's elite, but Alexis' extravagant displays of materialism often felt particularly forced. Throughout her time on the show, Alexis frequently boasted about her wealth, designer clothes, lavish vacations, and the success of her various entrepreneurial endeavors. Whether it was her fashion line or her foray into the world of television hosting, Alexis consistently tried to portray herself as a successful businesswoman. However, many viewers saw her efforts as inauthentic, with some even going so far as to accuse her of living beyond her means to maintain the image of success. Her attempts to outdo her fellow cast members when it came to wealth and status often backfired. In one memorable episode, Alexis proudly flaunted a diamond necklace gifted to her by her husband, Jim, only for the scene to be followed by skeptical remarks from the other housewives, questioning the authenticity of both the jewelry and Alexis' wealth. This constant need to display her riches left a sour taste in viewers' mouths, and many took to social media to express their disdain for what they saw as Alexis' shallow and self-absorbed personality. The Alexis and Jim dynamic. Another major factor contributing to Alexis' unpopularity was her marriage to Jim Bellino, a man whom many viewers felt exhibited controlling and misogynistic tendencies. Throughout her time on the show, Alexis frequently deferred to Jim's opinions, often stating that she followed a traditional marriage dynamic where the husband led and the wife submitted. This submissive attitude, combined with Jim's often dismissive and controlling behavior, led to widespread criticism from fans, who felt that Alexis was allowing herself to be dominated in an unhealthy way. In several instances, viewers witnessed Jim inserting himself into conflicts between Alexis and the other housewives, often with a condescending attitude that rubbed both the cast and audience the wrong way. Many felt that Alexis' constant defense of her husband, despite his abrasive demeanor, only further alienated her from fans. Jim's involvement in Alexis' storylines became a major source of contention, with some even suggesting that the two were using the show to craft a false image of their marriage and lifestyle. Feuds and fallout. While the Housewives franchise is known for its drama, Alexis seemed to be a particularly divisive figure among the RHOC cast. Her long-standing feud with Tamra Judge was one of the central conflicts during her tenure on the show. Tamra, never one to shy away from confrontation, often called out Alexis for her perceived hypocrisy and materialism. The two women clashed repeatedly, with Tamra frequently voicing what many viewers were thinking, that Alexis was fake, out of touch, and desperately trying to fit into a world that didn't truly accept her. Beyond Tamra, Alexis also had tense relationships with other cast members, including Heather Dubrow and Gretchen Rossi. These conflicts often centered around Alexis' behavior, which many of her co-stars found grating or disingenuous. Whether it was her constant bragging or her inability to take responsibility for her actions, Alexis found herself on the outs with much of the cast, and by extension, a large portion of the fan base. Redemption or permanent villain? Despite all the animosity directed towards her, Alexis has maintained a level of notoriety that many other housewives could only dream of. Even years after her departure from the show, she remains a frequent topic of discussion in RHOC fan circles. Some argue that Alexis was unfairly targeted by her castmates and that her portrayal on the show was heavily edited to paint her in a negative light. Others believe that Alexis' behavior, both on and off the screen, justifies her position as one of the most disliked housewives of all time. In recent years, Alexis has made attempts to rebrand herself, sharing updates on her personal life and showcasing a more introspective side on social media. However, for many RHOC viewers, the damage has already been done. Alexis' time on the show left such a negative impression that any effort to rewrite her legacy may be in vain. The most hated housewife? Whether Alexis Bellino is truly the most hated housewife in RHOC history is ultimately a matter of personal opinion. The franchise has had its fair share of controversial figures, from Vicki Gunvalson's cancer scam scandal to Kelly Dodd's inflammatory remarks. However, when it comes to sheer polarization, Alexis certainly ranks among the top contenders. Her combination of materialism, hypocrisy, and an often off-putting personality left an indelible mark on the franchise. And for many fans, the memory of Jesus Jug will always be a source of frustration and dislike. In the end, Alexis' legacy on RHOC may not be one of love or admiration, but it's undoubtedly memorable.